Alright, so today let's talk about the energy transfer in an ecosystem. First thing first, what are the different forms of energy in an ecosystem? Well, there's really only three. You got sunlight, chemical energy, and heat. Well, sunlight is kind of obvious. It's like the most abundant one form of energy, right? Now, really, sunlight, if you trace all life on Earth energy, where it's from, it's probably sunlight. Well, chemical energy is essentially the mass, the biomass that you see. So we got carbohydrate, which is like glucose, protein, which made up of amino acid, and lipids, made up of fatty acid. Now, ultimately, you get this. You get sunlight from the sun. So you have to somehow convert this energy from sunlight to the other two forms of energy, right? So essentially, what we're looking at in this lecture is just how sunlight is being transferred into chemical energy, and this is the process of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis, converting sunlight to chemical energy. And what kind of organism does this? Oh, plants. Or should we say the producer? The producer does that. Also known as autotroph. And then, once it is in chemical energy form, which is meat and carb and fat, it can transfer from one organism to another. And then when that organism uses this chemical energy, sometime there are waste that is lost out of heat. Alright, so now let's look at our cheesy little game here. So these are different layers of trophic level, right? And these guys, these producer, are always here at the very beginning of the food chain, because they are the guy who can use the light energy to make chemical energy, right? Then on top of these producer, we get the second layer of the first consumer, right? Well, I guess you can call the monkey the second consumer, because technically the termites eat the grass and then the monkey eat the termites. So if the people were clever, they would have made the monkey up here for second consumer, but it's a game. And then on top of that second consumer, we got our on top of that first consumer or second consumer, we have our second or third, depends on which one you're looking at, consumer. So except for the producer, everything else are heterotroph, and everything else are getting their energy by consuming or eating the chemical energy from the layer before it. So let's say you got the gazelle. The gazelle get its biomass, or its meat, from eating the grass and the bush, and then the leopard gets its chemical energy, meat, from eating the gazelle, so forth and so on. Now, you can actually quantitatively representing this flow of energy using something called a pyramid of energy. So just think of it like a birthday cake, or multi-layers birthday cake, or wedding cake. That's be better. So we have these different blocks. Right, biggest block will be in the bottom, and then we have a smaller block on top of that, smaller block on top of that, and then maybe tiny little block or candle on top of that. So the bottom of the pyramid. Now notice that this pyramid is looking more block-like, stepwise. Don't draw a pyramid like this, because that's not true. It's not a continuous, it's more like a step. So bottom of it, as we talked about earlier, the producer. Then higher up we got the first consumer, and then you got the second consumer, then you got the third consumer. Alright, now the reason the pyramid's going smaller like this is because of this reason. So let's go back here just a second. So shall we trace, if we follow, I'm going to follow a particular food chain. So in this case, let's do the longest one. So we have the grass. The grass is being eaten by these termites or ants. I don't know, is it ants or termite? Ants. The ants is being eaten by the monkey, and then the monkey is eaten by the leopard. So we have a 4 layers chain here. Alright, so if you have, the reason it's getting smaller like so, if you have 1,000 kilogram of grass, right, you only gonna get about 10% of that. So 10% of 1,000 kilogram is what? 1, 2. You only get about 10 kilogram. Let's make this a little bigger. 10,000 kilogram. Sorry, 10,000 kilogram of grass. You only get 10% of that, which is 10%, 1,000 kilogram of the next guy is the ant. You only have 1,000 kilogram of ants, and then let me denote this 10%. And then if you have 1,000 kilograms of ants onto the next level, you only get 10% of that, and you only got about 100 kilogram of monkey. And then if you have 100 kilogram of monkey, really you only 10% of that will go into the top of the pyramid here, which is about 10 kilogram of leopard. Okay, well, what does that mean? That doesn't mean that grass weigh 100,000, one blade of grass weigh 10,000 kilogram, and one ant weigh 1,000 kilogram. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. No, they're talking about like the sum, the total weight that get transferred, the total energy in the form of biomass or chemical energy that get transferred up the pyramid. So this layer part here, being in the top of the pyramid, is going, let's say if you have 1,000 kilogram leopard, some big leopard, it's gonna have to eat a whole lot of monkey in order to sustain itself. So there are gonna be fewer number of these leopard in compared to the monkey, and then there'll be fewer number of the monkey in compared to the number of ants. That's what it means. Now why only 10%? Why not more? Roughly 10%. I mean, it could vary, depend on, leopard can be eating other things, or monkey can be eating other things. Well, the reason is waste. So for each level, you are going to have biomass loss, and these loss are due to what? Well, these guys, ants, monkey, leopard, they gotta breathe, right? So they're going through process of breathing or respiration. That just means breathing. So they're breathing out CO2, and that is going to lose some of the energy. Well, it's hot, they're going to sweat, and they're going to pee, so they lose some water. That took out some mass as well. And then of course there's other waste like urea that they're losing, which is why the energy transfer is not 100% efficient. And that's it. Let's go through the IB checklist, and just to be sure we cover everything. So most ecosystems rely on supply of energy from sunlight. Check. Well, there's a few exceptions that we're not talking about, like the hot vent undersea volcano thing. Light energy is converted into chemical energy. Check. By photosynthesis. Chemical energy and carbon flow through food chain by the means of feeding. So chemical energy is going through feeding. One thing eat another thing. Check. Energy released from a carbon compound by respiration. Now respiration is just breathing. It's just breathing. And used in living organism, convert into heat. That's loss. And also movement too. Move around, that takes some energy, right? Living organism cannot convert heat to any other form of energy. True that, you can't make heat back into meat. So that's just loss. Heat loss from the ecosystem. Now energy loss between trophic level restrict the length of the food chain and the biomass of higher trophic. So this is saying that because you have energy loss, your food chain can only be so long. As I was talking about, to get 10 kilograms of leopard, you're going to need 10,000 kilograms of grass. So if this food chain keep going higher and higher, it's going to be harder and harder to get, smaller, to get the guys up here. So this food chain can probably be like 4 layers top, 4 or 5 layers top. It can't be go on indefinitely. That's it.